Hello people, this is us on our holiday up to Ballater, staying again next to Balmoral Castle. Hiya Danny. So still recovering from COVID and just going to make the most of it. My main thing is the oxygen and trying to breathe. I'm a long way from where you've seen me before. I still only got the 23% lungs, but I was doing so well with the rehab, and even if you remember, I relapsed back in April coming down off the steroids. It only took me a couple of weeks to get back to where I was, walking half an hour and cycling 40 minutes, doing the study that I was doing in Edinburgh University, which is for Edinburgh University, but in Edinburgh Infirmary, which is where I caught the COVID. Anyway, since then I have struggled to get my oxygen where it was and to be independent without having a lot of help, trying to get to just do daily tasks, dressing, getting to the toilet. I'm not going to go into it, but it's a struggle to get there with my breath and hold on to all your faculties. But yeah, my oxygen needs are very high. I have 2 compressors that hook together that are struggling to give me enough oxygen to move. I mean, sitting here resting is fine because I need less oxygen. I'm not using my muscles, but the minute I even lift anything, it causes the oxygen to get used, and then I get very short of breath. So I'm restricted sometimes to 20-40 seconds of movement, and then I've got to sit and rest and sit and rest. So the main thing to build myself up is doing the rehab. There's nothing else I can do medication wise. I'm still on a high dose of steroids. I came down 5 milligrams from 60, which is a very high dose, 2 days ago. Seems to be going okay. It's not like made me relapse anymore, but my oxygen needs are still the same for movement, which I'm hoping will come down. And the only way they'll come down is to keep on with the rehab, and the only way I can do the rehab is to get enough oxygen to do it. So we're having to be very creative in how we get more oxygen into me to allow me to do it. It's very knackering, but as you know, I put the hard work in every day. I'm doing the rehab, and some days are better than others, but I have been able to walk 14 minutes, just at 0.9 kilometres per hour, using breathing techniques, and my muscles get very, very tight. So it's all these extra things that restrict the mechanics of how the lungs work and keeping them relaxed. So my goal is to hopefully get back to where I am. I'm a long way off, and this virus is a bugger. It really is. I wish I could just bounce back like I did before on the relapse, but it's been now, how long, Dan, since we've had COVID?
Just a month.
Over a month, so maybe I'm a bit too anxious, but you know, I was on a roll there. I was like, the Monday that we tested positive, I was ready to record one of my courses that I've been doing, and it's actually on the FHD website of their conference just now, adapting your skills to treat people with bone conditions, ironically. So I was so happy. I love being back at work, and I love doing my garden, and managed to get out in my garden this morning before we came here, my lovely gardening helper Helen, and that helped me de-stress. So yeah, where we're going is lovely. We've got the car packed to the hilt with everything I need. It's like taking a baby. It's like a baby going on holiday. Anyway, we will have a laugh, always laughing, and I need the holiday. Danny needs the holiday. He's just finished doing his course for his 5-year qualification again, and he's had a lot going on with his health and things. Nobody knows what happens behind the scenes, but honestly we've been having a lot of trouble and needing a lot of assistance, not just me but Danny too, and we are thankful to the people that have come out and helped us when we've needed it. You don't realise, like, don't ever have the expectations of who should do it, because that'll never happen. But you know, the help that we need is not people going to the shop or whatever it is, more practical stuff. You know, folk come in saying, oh, you know what, I'll put washing on for you, or you sit down, do that, because it's not just me. Danny's been in a lot of pain, and can I tell them about you, Dan, about your rib? He's had a lot of back pain in the past. Well, that should be coming up 4 months now, more than usual, because he has issues with his low back, and he's always did private stuff, and of course I'm in the industry, so he's did massage and chiropractors, exercises to keep everything at bay. But lately things have just been spiralling. I said, you really need to go to the doctor, Dan, it's affecting things. And turns out he's got an extra rib. He's got an extra rib, so we're waiting on the doctors contacting a surgeon for that, and issues with his low back and things too, so it's actually pretty serious. So I don't know what's going to happen to us. He's very scared in case he ends up in a wheelchair and things, because of like past history, like grandparents and things. But you know, it's a different era now. He's a different person, so trying to let him not worry about that. But we're going on holiday to enjoy yourself, and I just wanted to check him with you. I haven't checked in with you for a long time, so that's where we're at. Had the consultation with my consultant. I'm going to put a letter in for the lung transplant appeal to get a referral. He said that probably it'll get refused. I expect that anyway because of the bones, but I don't want to wait. That's been a year and a half. I don't want to wait another year and a half of not being known, of not being heard, because they haven't even had the courtesy to talk to me. So my new consultant is amazing. He hears me, he understands that, and he says it might not be the best time of me being on the high dose of steroids, but I said, well, let's think outside the box. The fact that I'm on the high dose of steroids and had violent coughing, not had any pathological fractures or any pain from bone issues, shows I can handle it. Please just give me 2 new lungs. You want to break my ribs, I can handle it. I lived with broken ribs for 2.5 years and nobody even noticed. Nobody, the doctors actually diagnosed me with it. So that's my argument. Just get the letter to them. Says I will get that letter to them, don't you worry. So he's very supportive, and I know it's a long game. I just want them to know that if they say no, I am not giving up. I need to change this, especially because their answer is no because of bone health, and through no fault of my own, my bones are in such a condition that they wouldn't be if the NHS hadn't failed me on giving me bone protection medication, so they know they fucked up there. Sorry my French, but they surely did. And I don't want to go down the blame claim, that is just a fact. So I will fight till the end there and hopefully keep living. I really want to be back to where I was, so that's my main goal just now, just like my consultant wants to get me strong. And that's where we are. I think that's all the breath I've got to tell you. That's where the updates are. You know, every day I laugh, so we've got all our things to take up with us. Danny's got his guitar, I've got my paints, they're even allowing me to do a bit of gardening, so I've took some little plants out my nursery, some lovely heucheras and hostas and grasses and some seeds, some wildflower seeds. And Dylan's coming up tomorrow to see us. Anything else you want to add that we're looking forward to? Not how's your back hanging up driving the now?
What?
No bad. He's got a back brace on, special things for the car. Anyway, we do everything, we try everything, and I hope you have a lovely weekend, and we'll check in soon. Bye people.